Hello again, I'm back. I know you're watching this the next day, but I just went ahead and filmed it right after the first one so we could just continue. So yesterday I had you take your plan for your favorite specials, art or PE, and start writing it into your essay and using the essay format of topic sentence, big idea, detail, second big idea, details, third big idea, details, conclusion. So you should also have that as well that you can always refer back to again. That's for you to refer to. It's a reference chart, it's an anchor chart for you at home. So today I want you to pull out your essay, and now we're going to do something called revise. So we're going to learn, I kind of talked to you a little bit about this before break, but not much. We've done a lot of cups, we do a lot of editing, but this one is going to be something we do before we edit our paper. It's called revise. When you revise something, revise is when you reread something you've done, work already done, to make it better or to improve it. So when you revise something, you're just trying to make it better. You're not correcting it. You're not making sure you have capitals and periods. You're just trying to make it better, make it sound better, make it look better. So we are going to do some revise work, some revision work today. So compared to what we normally do, edit is usually the next stage we do, edit. And edit is where you actually make corrections. Like, do you have team complete? Do you have capitals? Do you have periods? Is your spelling correct? And that's what we do when we use cups. But we're going to do revision before we do cups and before we edit. So this is something a little new. So what this involves is you going back, taking out your rough draft, first draft essay, and you're going to reread your sentences. The places in this kind of essay format that need revision are your detail sentences. Pretty much, I'm thinking your big ideas are okay. As long as you have the transition words in there that sound right and make sense. Big idea is just to state it. It's short and sweet. Use your transition word, you say your big idea, and you're done. Some of you like to add your detail inside your big idea. That would be where you would have to revise if you did that. So when I said to begin in PE, we play fun games. If I would have went on, extended my big idea sentence and say what kind of games we played, then that would have been adding a detail into a big idea, and I would have said, nope, stop, don't do that. Short and sweet. You state your transition, put in your big idea, period, done. Don't tell me anything about the big idea yet. No details, no examples. That comes in your detail sentences. Those are the sentences I want you to revise today, are your detail sentences. So what you're going to do is scan your paper, and that's why we do these underlining. You're going to look for your yellow underlined sentences, and you're going to revise them. Some of them you say might sound great the first time. Maybe they are. I don't think all of them are, so I do want you to make some revisions because I'm pretty sure you have a few in there that could sound better, that you could make sound better, look better, and just add some more vocabulary words in. So what you're going to do, and this is why we skip lines. Here's a great example of why we skip lines, because you can use the line above it and the line below it to help add in things or change things when you need to, and that's what the revision process is for. So I'm going to look at my first detail sentence. My big idea was to begin in PE we play fun games. Okay, that was my big idea. So now my details are going to tell about the fun games we play. And I said one game is soccer. Well, I gave a detail. I said the game was soccer, but I didn't say much else. I mean, I kind of just almost sounds like a big idea. I just say it short and sweet. So I'm going to revise that sentence because I think I can make it sound better, and I think I can add more vivid vocabulary in there or just more description. Because remember, opinion writing is a little bit harder than descriptive writing to make it more vivid. So I'm going to just add a little bit more description or details or examples in there. So one game is soccer. I might say, soccer is one of, so notice I'm rewriting my revision sentence above it, above my first detail sentence. Soccer is one of my favorite games. I'm going to give more detail because you have to run a lot. Okay, so I just made it longer by adding in more description and more examples. So one game is soccer. I just stated the game of soccer, but my detail is going to go a little further. Soccer is one of my favorite games because you have to run a lot. So I said soccer is one of my favorite, but then I didn't just stop there. I also gave a reason why it's one of my favorite, because I like to run. So I said because you have to run a lot. So that's my revision sentence. This is the detail sentence I'm going to want to keep. That's my revision. So I'm probably going to go and cross out, just put one line. Don't scribble it all like you guys like to do. Just one line through your first big idea sentence, detail sentence, because you know you're going to use the revision one on top. Okay, I have a second detail sentence I want to revise too. We also bowl. That's pretty short, pretty sweet, not much detail, not much vocabulary. So I might want to change this one around a little bit. So I'm going to put a line through that. And on this one, since you actually won't have room here. I have room here, but I'm going to write my revision here. You'll just write it again above or below it, wherever you can find the space. Okay. And I might say bowling is also fun because you're trying to knock down pins. Okay, so I didn't just say we also bowl. That was just kind of boring. Oh, we bowl in PE. Well, what about bowling? What do you like about bowling? What's fun about bowling? So I put bowling is also fun because and now this is a contraction, you're trying to knock down pins. So I gave more example about the game bowling. I gave more examples about the game soccer, or why I like soccer, or what's fun about bowling. So that's what I'm looking for you to do when you're doing your revisions. Giving me a little bit more that tells me about that detail you're trying to describe, about that big idea. Now, some of you, the first time, one of your detail sentences might look great. You don't have to revise every single detail sentences, but I do know that there's going to be quite a few in there that you're going to want to revise, because sometimes the first time we write, even me as an adult, as a teacher, the first time you write, you're just kind of getting your ideas out, and then you don't realize, oh, I could make that better, or I could add a little bit more here. The first time you're just trying to quickly get them all down on paper, and sometimes we don't always do our best work the first time. That's why we do that's why writing is a process. It's not just sit down and write, you're done. Remember, I always tell you guys in class, don't go sit down, just write, and say, I'm done, and jump out of your seat, because you're never done. Whenever I write emails to you guys or your parents, I type it out, I reread it probably 3 or 4 times, and sometimes there still might be mistakes in it, but I reread them. I don't hit send the minute I do a big email. I reread it and I revise things and I make sure it sounds right and looks right. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting you to do today. So for this lesson, I want you to make sure you're taking your essay you wrote yesterday, and now is your time to go revise. You're not doing cups. Do not check for spelling. Do not check for capitals and periods right now. That's not editing. We're revising. The word revise today. You're just trying to make it better. You're trying to fix it and make it better. Improve your writing. Okay, so yesterday you wrote the essay. Today you're revising. No cups yet. The only step you're doing today is just going through your detail sentences and making revisions. Okay, so we're still not there yet for publishing. All right, good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.